What?
What is
just
going
happened?
on? What is going
Oh
on?
man.
What did I
Yo,
walk
I was
into?
just looking at this video, man. Yo, I was gonna show it, but it's not family friendly. Let's just say I'll see y'all a link, but let's just say if you remember back in the day, they used to have these little infomercials where they're like, "Hey, if you're lonely, you can call this person," and they would show like different females, whatever. Well, this one is a parody on that. It talks about if you wanna argue with somebody, there's a whole bunch of people online ready for you to call them, and they just sit there and argue with you. It's hilarious, man. It's so funny.
That sounds like the most toxic business
Right.
in the world.
And somebody came up with that madness.
Yeah, that's the most toxic thing I ever heard of in my life. Well, you know what? They do got smash rooms and
What?
throwing axes. You never heard of a smash room?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on,
All right,
Mike.
man. Wait. All right, hold. Back that up.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Look. Let me explain. It's a
Let me
room.
be grown for a second.
It's a
Yeah,
room.
please.
Come on, man. It's a room you could go into and you can
room.
you can
Rave
smash.
room.
You rave room. You can smash.
Oh, rave room. Okay,
Oh.
okay. All
Thanks
right.
for the correction, bro. Well, somebody told me it was called a smash room. You can smash TVs and washing machines and stuff like that. And you know what, man? It's too early for this. Y'all, you in Philly already went on a Comic View battle 1-on-1 2 minutes
That's
ago.
him.
I wish
That's
the
him.
people could have heard that, man. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
I'm the freaking innocent one in this thing. I'll just come in and make
No,
it.
man. No,
I
man.
can't get out.
Just
I can't
right
get out.
off of-
I feel like
just
Shannon
right
Sharp
off
right
of
now. I
week
can't even
when
get
we
it out.
just
I can't
celebrated
even say
June
anything.
13th. You try to talk about my complexion, talking about I'm too dark.
I didn't say
You
that.
don't need to talk. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you
Say
did.
that.
Yes, you did.
Hey, Dale,
Y'all
can you put that back up so we don't get in trouble? Because hey, we forgot to put it back up on the last show, so I
Nah,
apologize.
I got it.
Oh
Hey,
man!
shout out to Delta being on the boards this weekend, man. Good looking out, bro.
Yeah, for
Anything
sure.
that comes from Unpopular Celebrities podcast is all unofficial. None of the conversations or comments from us or guests represent the DoD or the armed forces as a whole. Perfect.
What's up, man? What's up, people? What's going on? But
Man, hey, there's a lot of people in here right now, man. What's up, everybody? Hey, can we get some comments? Don't forget, Philly, this is the corner right now. We
This is
on
the
the
corner.
block right now.
Yo,
What?
can I do a disclaimer?
Go ahead.
If I say no, are you gonna do it anyway?
Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Exactly.
Yo, for all you people out there, this is our second iteration of the corner, where all you people in the comments, if y'all got something y'all want to say and chime in, what we talking about, jump in. We talk about whatever you want: military, politics, sports, pop
money.
culture, life. You know what I'm saying? Question
Everything.
people's where they from. Like somebody on this panel, I won't mention it. You talk about whatever you want, or if you want those shots at us, feel free to do so. And
Feel
that's
free to
about
do
being
so.
said. Let's get it. Let's get going.
Let's get it. All right, let me just jump it off right now. I need y'all opinion on what's going on because y'all going crazy right now. But anyway, what is y'all opinion on this submarine situation?
You know what's funny?
Oh,
I want to start the show off with that. That's hilarious that we got on the same page.
What is y'all
I
opinion
want to go
on the
first because I
submarine
don't.
thing?
Philly, I'm gonna go first because I don't know a lot. All I know is a bunch of rich dudes got in a little fucking tub on a goddamn rowboat that goes underwater and paid 250 grand to get in this thing and thought it was a good idea to go twice the size of the Grand Canyon and go look for a boat that's been sunk for over 100 years. That's all I know.
All right, so let me ask you one question. Would you have done it? Yes, or no. You can't.
No.
You can't give no crazy explanation like you said. Yes or no?
Never.
No. All right, Philly. What's your opinion on it?
Yo, let me so just to add on to that. So these guys, people, I guess this company has been around for a little bit.
Right.
They set up these tours where people can get in this little submersible, they call it, like a mini submarine, to go in the depths of the ocean for adventuring purposes. So this particular voyage they went on, it was like, I think 5 to 6 people. Interestingly enough, one of the people that was in the submarine is the actual founder of the company. So this submarine is made out of titanium and carbon fiber. To put in perspective, a naval submarine, all you submariners out there and Navy folks, check me if I'm wrong, but you can go up to like 4,000 meters in a sea with a submarine. This submersible is designed to go further beyond that. Wow. And it's at crushing depth. So when they went down there in that ocean, this place they was in was this tight. You can't even move, bro. You can't stand. You don't get no water. You don't get no food. All you get is like overhead lighting, and that's it. So when they went down there, something went wrong with the system, and they got lost. And then they couldn't find them. And the Navy, they discovered there was some implosion down there where the friggin' submarine disintegrated, I guess.
God.
But no, I wouldn't. Hell no, I wouldn't have done it. Hell no, I wouldn't have done it.
You know, oh, go ahead, Mike. Would you do it? I already know, yo, you too big. You probably too big to be in that thing anyway. But
listen, I would not have done it. Period. Point blank. First of all, if I could find 20 million more things to do with $250,000, first and foremost. Period. Point blank. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have. That's number one. Number two, I wouldn't have fit in the daggone thing.
Right. All right, that's the first thing I thought. I don't know how big it is. It doesn't look too big at all. That thing looks like I don't know, a little sports car or something. No, it don't look big at all.
Prayers to the family, man. You know these people, family members, of course, because they lost. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just don't think it was a good idea. I heard the thing was, I didn't really get too knowledgeable on it because I thought the whole thing was just crazy. But I heard they bolted it from the outside. They was controlling it with a PlayStation. That right there alone. The minute the man would have said to me, hit me out on this, man. Like I said, the minute the man would have showed me the PlayStation 3 joystick and said, "This is how I'm going to control this thing," nah, buddy.
Yeah, I'm done.
I would have turned
now,
around.
Mike, are you trying to say if it was an Xbox controller, it would have done better?
If it didn't look like R2D2, I wasn't getting it.
Hey,
if the remote control ain't look like something Elon Musk built, I would nope, not at all, bro. I would not rock with it whatsoever. Nope. I'll be at the top wherever boat they got on, they docked off. I'd have been up there. I'd have gave them some deuces. I said, "I see y'all when y'all get back." I'm not getting on it. Period. Point blank.
What was the primary means of communication? I didn't even think that. Like, my thing was, and that's a good point. What's up, Chief? If you want to come on the show, like I said, it's the corner. You're more than welcome to come on here. Just your audio, video, however you want to do it. Send the link. Or now I can call him the sound man because they call me the sound man. They can get us in there. You too,
big dog. I'm serious.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Why is it like with $250,000? I think there was 5 of them, right? Mm-hmm. That's over $1 million, right? 1.25 million, right? Easy, quick math. I think, quick math. So, why is there not like a beacon or something that lets them know their location at all times to the freaking rowboat that they got off of?
Bro, it was all bad. Bad.
How does that not make a $1.25 million? How the hell? You better have some kind of homing device, some kind of something to hooked up to one of the 25,000 satellites we got in the air. Hook that thing up to Elon Musk's computer for all I care, as you said. Hook that up to Tim Cook's goddamn Apple Mac or whatever, and make sure that somebody know where the heck I'm at. That makes no sense. Nope. And how,
every time,
really, does anybody know how long that trip takes?
You know, the ironic thing is, they said they didn't find unfortunately, they didn't, and piggyback off Mike said, prayers to the families that lost their loved ones in this ordeal. But they didn't find the bodies, but they found the wreckage, and it was only a kilometer away from the actual Titanic. Isn't that?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe they made it.
So now you have 2 Titanics. You had the actual one, and then you have the new one.
Oh man!
I didn't mean for that to be funny. I'm just being honest.
Hey P, how I take myself out of the stream? I mean, it just sounds crazy to me, man. Like, I seen the video. Rick Ross had a good question, man. He said, "Why wasn't it a cable attached to this thing?"
Well,
so
all, You ain't gonna have a cable. Yeah, ain't no
cable.
cable that
He
long.
said, I don't know. He said, why wasn't it a cable? Yeah, look, I'd have been at that 250,000. Hey, you better put a cable.
He said they're pulling it up.
Better put a cable. Hey,
Come on, man.
better put a cable on this thing. Something.
Yeah,
Nah,
Ross,
man.
that wasn't a good one right
That
there.
was a good question to me, man.
No, that was a horrible question.
Hey, you better put four.
No.
You better put 4 anchor cords together, like they dropped the anchor when they put 4 of them together. Put this on this thing here, and maybe I think about it.
No,
Nah,
put
bro.
up like you said, Billy.
Man.
As somebody up there crazy. It's
Hey.
coming up.
Hey.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Hey, I'm ready to come up.
Or look, to add on to his question, or at least a cable that went to a feasible distance and then they released them. Something, bro. Because when things start getting rocky, reel me back in, or whatever you want to call it.
My
But
thing is,
something, bro.
It's weird.
Right,
they don't
some
have-
type of pull system. You know what I'm saying? Like something.
But I guess I get it, but you're not gonna find a rope that freaking long. Remember, this is twice the size of the Grand Canyon. You've been to the Grand Canyon. I hope you've been to the Grand Canyon.
I drove past it.
Wow! Oh my goodness, Mike, you ain't been to the Grand Canyon.
Listen, man. No, I have not.
That's
drove past
probably
it.
one of the dopest things I ever seen in my life.
My
and
family
all I was
went.
looking at was a hole in the ground.
Yeah, I believe you. It's one of the things I want to do. I just never got to it.
And you were stationed out here.
I was stationed out there, man.
Okay. Hey.
Let me explain to you. Philly can contest. Maybe maybe when we got a little older, you was like, yeah, I want to. But I wasn't no kid saying I want to see the Grand Canyon one day. I don't care.
I never said that either. I never said that either. But once you get a monument and you're that close to, you're like, man, just like the Four Corners.
I should have.
Yeah, the Four Corners is really dope.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, but you had the opportunity to go. I mean, maybe you can, get $250,000 and go get a helicopter and fly over.
I'm good.
You know?
I'm good.
That sparks me a question. Anybody want to chime in the comments? You're welcome to as well. Like I said, this is the corner. You guys are welcome to come on. Let us know if you want to come on. Dale will shoot y'all the link to how to get in. We'll get y'all in. If you want your video on there, we can do that. If you just want audio, ask a couple questions. Either way, man, that'd be really fun and dope if we can get somebody in here. But crazy question for y'all. What is you don't have to say the amount of money, but what is the most asinine thing that you had spent money on that you look back and be like, why the heck did I spend that much money on that?
Yeah, I don't think Philly even got to answer that question.
I gotta make sure who's around first, bro.
You checking your shoulders.
A lot of money on some ridiculous stuff. I must admit, I have.
What's one thing that you were like, I can't believe I did this after you were done? Like, man, this is gonna be a good idea than what you did.
You know what? Look, you know what? F it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with the people because we all fan. What's up? What's up, Samel?
Go
Pats suck, bro.
Damn.
Hey, Samel, why your quarterback got like 5 bellies, man? Because Mac Jones got like 5 bellies, bro. Once Tom Brady left, you guys were hot garbage.
Why he even start this? Big bro, why you even start this? Let's get back focused. Let's talk about the money thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicole. Hey, what first car was it? First car, how much? Get on and tell us what it is. But all right, so I'll be honest. Let me get quiet. Hey, yo. I spent like 10 G's on my arcade.
Everything in there?
10 G's. No, bro. I'll show y'all.
So yeah.
This thing.
You spent 10 racks on that?
G's, bro. Yeah, bro.
Your wife know? Your wife know?
Bro, why you asking me these questions, bro?
That's why
you asking me these questions, bro? I'm not, man. I'm parched. My throat parched, bro.
Oh, it's already live. It's too late.
She's scared.
She ain't on, man.
You didn't have to say the price. You didn't have to say the. But
hey,
that's why,
man. I'm being honest with my listeners, bro.
But you don't have to say the price. But I appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yo, look, let me tell you. That's why we had to move that joint. That's why you were so worried about that stupid thing.
Hey,
that's why this thing was like a PL1
First of all,
resource.
It ain't stupid. All right, it's my resiliency machine. All right,
hey.
My resiliency machine, son.
Hey, big bro. Hey, Samel said, hey, you bought 10K back, man. Hey, Samel said, hey, why we bought some fur coats? Got some fur coats made in Afghanistan, bro. He ain't lying. We spent some dumb money on that. Yeah.
Oh, some fur coats.
Fur coats. That was
Hey
back
P,
in the
how
day.
much? Hey,
Like Cameron.
hey P, how much did you?
Yeah.
P, how much did you charge him? How much did you charge him for them clothes? P?
Brown,
Hey,
Brown, take me out.
hey, take everybody out. Take everybody out.
That was just me. Oh wow! Hey, let me better.
Hey,
Look,
y'all
like,
are crazy, man. I'm
my
not doing
interest
this with
rate was
y'all today.
astronomical. What was your interest rate? Because I got a story about a kid got an interest rate. His was 26%.
26%, bro. That is
26.
wild.
You know who I'm talking about too.
26%.
26%.
Sheesh.
$1,500 for a dog.
Mine was
hell
12.
no.
Yeah, mine was 12.
I think my I think we spent 1,500. You guys, my way. I think we spent 1,500. Probably spent 1,500 on both of them. It's that little toy car you got.
Hey, hold on, man. Like Smell trying to come at me right now. Hey, Smell, why don't you get on the video, bro?
Yeah, you can always get on. You can even
Hey,
just.
you got the ride in the car, man. You got the ride in the car, man.
Is this the green machine?
No,
What green
fool,
machine?
it's the Sylvia, man.
Oh, the Sylvia. I thought it was the green machine.
Here y'all go again. 18%.
18%. God.
And let me guess, you had like 2 stripes, maybe even one.
Yeah.
She probably had 1 stripe.
Man, that's crazy. Samel, if you want to get on, man, like I said, you can just get you can just do the
You
audio
know what,
if you don't
Samel,
want to do the video.
You throwing all them shots, little fella. Why don't you get on camera, little fella?
Call him a little fella.
Little fella. Yo, why you throwing shots at everybody? You coming?
Hey, he on one today. Man, I ain't never seen Philly like this before ever.
Look,
she said she.
You can't be calling my car a clown car. You can't do that.
It's a little clown car. It's a little clown car.
That's what about you?
Hey, Hasmir, you be quiet, Hasmir.
Who the fuck?
Y'all are bugging.
Don't be
Hasmir.
racist. Don't be racist. Don't be prejudiced or whatever. What is the most astronomical thing I spent money on? Man, you know what? You know, everybody knows that I don't spend a lot of money on anything.
Nope, you're tightwad.
Yeah, so he said,
but you got some.
Pop a mint, bro.
You got
pop
some. You said pop your teeth,
man.
They come.
Man.
Yeah, everybody, man, you got people on here, man. Hey, everybody like Samel. They all about to come for you. But
bro, hurry up, man. I'm trying so long. You on?
I'm trying to think. I
don't. He ain't trying to get in trouble. He ain't trying to get in trouble.
No. You know what?
Oh, Ned Flanders.
I did purchase a stock a while ago that I spent a good amount of money on. It's about your gaming system. We'll just say that, and it ended up going to zero. So I guess that was the first. I was like, fudge. But that was hindsight. Looking back, it was a dumb thing. I thought it was a good thing at first.
But that, I wouldn't put that. I mean, it's an amount. I could tell by the amount, but what it was, unless it was something that you just had no clue on what you.
No clue. I saw it online. Somebody said this is a good thing. I said, bet I'm all in. Get on early. I got out early. Yeah, I spent. You know what I did? I tried to do day trading one time. That was about $25K. I ended up making $60K, and then I lost every single bit of it.
You're a fool.
Yeah,
you're a whole fool. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're a whole fool for that one.
That's usually like trying to come up. Yeah, Nicole, I'm a cheap.
Nick,
ass.
You right. That dude's old cheap Ned Flanders.
Yeah. Philly called me Ned Flanders. I own it proudly. If I can get the patch with Ned Flanders, I wear it on my uniform.
Yeah, you're a whole fool.
Hey, so if there's anybody out there that does play video games, ask yourself this: what do you call a person that has an Xbox 360 or one and only plays one game?
Oh,
the game that people got off of years ago. That guy. That guy. So one game.
Mike, I got an Xbox Series X. I just got it not too long ago, maybe about a year ago, actually.
Oh, you got Series X?
Yeah. You remember because I was gonna get the one you had. I was gonna get the one you had.
Say
that's the one I have.
Tell the people how Pete hold out on us on that stock after he Hey, Brown.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I want to hear that.
That was the reverse. That was the
Yeah,
reverse. That was a
Brown,
good. That was a good
Brown,
come up.
You about to
Don't
start.
tell
You
Mike
about to,
because Mike gonna get pissed again.
yeah, you about to
get upset again.
You about to.
I thought that's water under the bridge. You
No,
about
that
to
ain't. No, that water is under the bridge, but it's still flowing. I want you to understand that. That water is live and well. Understand that. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh,
All
good.
right, Brown, I'm skipping over that one.
Good. All right.
Skipping over that.
Appreciate that, Dale. But yeah, so when I got the Xbox, because you got the other one, you got the big black one, right? The Xbox
Series
one?
X.
Oh, you got okay. So I had
Series
the
X.
S. That's all right. So I had the S. So
Yeah.
I don't like spending money on video games. So I buy one video game, and that's the only one I play. That's it.
Let me ask you something, man. Let me ask you something, man. I guess it's well known right now, but you just put it out there that you say I don't like spending money. I'm cheap, but you mess around with stocks and all that. I'm about to hit you in the gut, man.
Okay.
When you going to enjoy life?
Huh?
Let's talk about it.
What'd you say?
Because when you going to enjoy life? Because you can't take not a daggone piece of paper that you saying that you getting in. You can't take it with you.
No, you
so
absolutely.
Bravo.
I'm about to do the math on you. I'm about to do the math on you because you just said something about use or lose about a week ago.
Yeah.
Then you just said something about I don't like spending money. So what you gonna do, man?
And so that's my whole thing. That's why I don't really travel anywhere or do anything because I don't like spending money to go there. It's nice once I get there.
So why make the money if you ain't gonna do nothing with it? What you doing?
I buy it because I like to see my money go up, right? I just like to see it go up. I don't do nothing with it.
Go up with it and do what with it?
I just hold on to it.
And do what with it? What? Okay, what's the goal? What's the end goal?
There is none. See how much I can make and then leave it to my little cousins or something like that. There really is no end goal or anything.
That is an end goal. If you said that right there, then I'll leave it alone right there. But you already know how I feel about I feel about using a little. Yeah, but what's the point of you working
just
super
like you
hard
have
for
your resiliency machine and you have your stuff you like to do? That's what I like to do.
I give you that, but who was it? I forgot. Like I love to hear stories about Keanu Reeves. This dude, the guy who stars in John Wick, makes all this money. But all he does is just give money away, man. That's his satisfaction. And a comedian last night was Earthquake on Netflix. Earthquake was on Netflix. I watched this show. He said one thing COVID taught us is that no matter how much money you got, it's not going to protect you from death.
From anything.
It's not. Mm-hmm. So like everybody making all this money to try to be millionaires in the status. When your time comes, it comes. David Arnold, he's another comedian. He was only 38 years old. We watched a special last night. He died 2 weeks ago of a heart attack.
Dang.
So I'm not saying just be crazy with your money, but I do agree with Mike. I wonder sometimes, man, like, you gotta have some fun in life, bro. Like
you better have some fun.
You don't have nothing. What do you have? Like something. Let's see. You gotta go live life. Gotta have a plan for the money when you're no longer. Said perfectly, Nicole. Cynthia, you do, man.
The only plan is just to leave it to somebody else. That's it.
Well, leave it to me then.
No. I ain't doing that. I'm still mad you got the Amex card, didn't put me down as a reference. But anyway, we'll move past that.
I give you a percentage of that because I'll put that in a basket of some sort of generational wealth, right? But the thing is, my question is also, where you leaving it at? What is their plan, right? Because you doing all this hard work, right? Investing and working and not doing nothing to have fun, and then you leave all your hard work to somebody that's going. And I'm not saying that what this. I don't know who that person is. I don't know anything about them.
Right.
But the possibility that you leave this money to somebody that blows it in an instant.
And that's the whole thing about generational wealth. Everybody says that, like Warren Buffett always says, like, I'm rich, my kids are not rich. And when I leave, like, I'll take care of them while I'm here, but when I'm gone, they get nothing. And all his money is going to go to charity and stuff like that, to cancer research and stuff like that. There's another person that says the same thing. I can't remember exactly who it is, but I get that. And I think there's a big thing out there. I think Joe Rogan said, like, I'm gonna fuck this all up trying to think of it, but basically rich men make poor men, and then poor men try to become rich, and then they try to leave it to their kids or something, which makes them poor. in the long run. So it's like a vicious cycle that goes round and round. So I get what you're saying. I just don't know. Like I'll be honest, like, and we all been there where we don't have a lot of money, right? Which we all have been there.
Absolutely.
I never want to do that again, ever, ever, ever. So that's why I'm so cognizant about it, and maybe over cognizant, overthinker about it, is because of that theory that I never like. If something came up right now, I want to be able to take care of it, whatever it is. And I think we all want to be like that. But
Absolutely.
I just don't know what that thing is. So it's like how much do you leave? Like, what's a good amount to be able to be comfortable? And I guess it's all in the person.
It's all on the lifestyle, right? It's all,
Right.
in my opinion, right? It's all in the lifestyle. But do not let that stop you from enjoying life. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Because you can't take it with you. I want to be like them. I want to be able to, excuse me, leave something for my kids, right? Be it property or, whatever, some kind of assets. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, too, I want to be able to enjoy it. And that enjoyment is part of what we keep telling people to take a knee, right? That's a part of you taking a knee. You don't take that knee, that lifespan is getting shorter and shorter because you working so hard to build all this paper, all this whatever, right? To leave it to somebody and you never enjoyed it. So where is the knee that you taking? I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
Each his own.
I look at it, be honest with you. I look at it, I'm already rich. Maybe not a lot in dollars, but I'm rich in life. Like I got, my wife is smoking hot. And I got 2 grandkids, 2 sons. They doing pretty well for the most part. I'm in this job where I get to talk to airmen each and every day and change and influence lives and such. My health is pretty decent. Yo, I'm rich. I don't need a lot of money. I was telling my mom the other day, like when I retire, I don't need a 6-figure job. I really don't. I don't need to be rich. As long as if I want to go somewhere, I can go. Or which I agree with your point. If something happens, I want to be able to take care of it within reason. But you can't plan for everything.
Right.
Tomorrow, somebody in your family might need $1 million. You may not have that. So I think in the end, I think sometimes people got to change their perspective on what rich and success really means. Like for me, I'm already successful and rich. Would it be nice to have more money? Yeah, but you can never have enough money,
Right.
So I'm fine where I'm at.
Only thing better than money is more money.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You better shake that love of that green man. Brown had a great. Read that comment. Go ahead.
Hold on, Brown. Can we get some L up in here? And then I'm gonna go back to Nicole's point. CDs I don't really do because I don't think the interest rate is big enough. So I'd rather have a custodial account. If y'all need to look at that. Custodial account is probably the number one thing I would do if I had a brand new baby is give them a custodial account ASAP and then invest in a blue chip stock that I know isn't going to go anywhere. And you can go down the gamut, your Microsofts, your Apples, you can go anywhere you want to go. Nvidia, Netflix, whatever you want to go is never going to go anywhere. But anyway, back to Brown's point. Jadakiss had a good verse, right? He said, I'm looking for the devil because money is the root of all evil. I get it. I'm not saying that's the same thing. I do agree when fools get money, that is the root of all evil. Money does not make you anything but bigger than who you already are, better than who you are. It gives you avenues that what you didn't already have, but it doesn't change who you are. So hopefully I'm a good enough person that I'm not an evil person, and all money does is just make you more evil. That's my thought on that. So I agree with it. But I also think it's just all on the person. You got people out there like LeBron. If he was broke or he's a billionaire, I think he would be the same as that person. You got people out there like I can't. His name just escaped me, but he played with LeBron and now he's a bum on the street. I can't think of his name.
Delonte West.
Thank you, Delonte West. Yeah. So I think it's just the person. I mean, you got people like Jason Tatum, who takes all his game checks and that's the only thing he spends. All endorsements he refinances and puts in other investments. So that's what I think about that. Can somebody read that comment? It's too much for me to read.
Financial peace is defined different for every person. My opinion is you need financial peace, but you must also enjoy life in the world around you. It's a balance that must be practiced to ensure you live your best life. I agree.
I agree with that. It's just who knows that balance.
Right.
Who has that balance?
And like you said, I agree. I guess it's different for everybody.
Hey, I'm gonna take myself off the screen. I'm gonna get some L up in here. Give me 1 second.
I bet.
Yeah, I think in the end, I think Chad's comment, Chief Golf comment, was spot on. I think
Yeah,
it's a delicate balance. My only thing with Pete, man, is like he keeps saying, increase his finances so he can one day leave it for his cousins. But my personal opinion, there's a danger with that. I think sometimes, especially some people in this generation, it's almost like gimme, gimme, gimme. Like I almost wonder if you hurt them by
more than
giving
you
them
help them.
something. Yeah, I would rather, if I was him, like me, I would rather put the money to the side to help somebody now, a couple of charities, different things towards research. But their cousins and such, you help them if they're in trouble, but don't leave it for them just to leave it for them.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. Now, and that's a lot of families. I mean, where we all come. Where some of us come from. You know what I mean? Is you think you helping, but you more so enabling them not to do nothing, to continue to do nothing. And I think that's the like you said, that's part of the balance. That's my opinion. I see. You think you helping a person out. You think you helping them get on their feet, but yeah, more money, more problems. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, like you said, they just see a cash machine that all they got to do is press a button and it's gonna come out at all, at warp speed. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful like that. P, you had a good point. You quoted Jadakiss bars, man, and Benny said one of the same things. He said, "Money don't make you solid; it just make you 10 times more the person you was before you got it."
Exactly. What?
Wait a minute. You said Pete quoted Jadakiss?
Oh, you didn't hear him? I was shocked too. I was surprised.
Bro, how dare you? How dare you? You were just listening to Dax and this other dude.
Yo, you know what? I had to look at the copyright because I was about to play it on the intro, but I saw that we would get in trouble on YouTube.
Oh yeah, don't get us sued.
So yeah. So I made sure but I damn sure did my research. It was about to come out. And I know my stuff about Jadakiss now.
Yeah, but I mean, to each his own, man. Me to
right,
you.
Hold on,
enjoy
Mike.
life. Go ahead.
So we got a special guest that just came into the corner. So we'll go ahead and bring him in.
Just get on with it, man. Hurry up.
We'll bring him in right now. Y'all know him. I haven't really met him.
Yeah, stop hating. Hey, stop hating.
What's up, What's up,
Stop hating. Stop hating.
What's up, what? What's going on?
Ain't nothing. Yo, let me get a comm check real quick. You hear me loud?
Hey, loud and clear, man. Loud and clear. Lima Charlie.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, yo, I got a couple disclaimers before I get going.
Go ahead.
So first, I'm at the crib. I see my wife looking at me, my kids looking at me. You know what I'm saying? And normally chaos in the brain. If there's a lot of background noise and stuff going on, I might have to dip out because things might get out of control. So that's my first disclaimer. My second is I just had surgery last week on Tuesday, man. I had to have this bicep tenodesis. So what they did is they went in my shoulder, man, and at the very top where the long head of the bicep connects, they ripped it off my shoulder and then reattached it to my humerus. So I'm on all types of medication, so I'm not responsible for what I'm about to say, especially when it comes down to especially when it comes down to big old milk dud over there. Not you.
Which one's the milk dud?
That's what I'm saying. You got milk dud 1 and milk dud 2.
Hey, listen, Mighty Mouse. Don't come in here with you.
Hey, bro, I'm ready to get it going. Yo, what's up?
Wait, why am I
so that's why you coming on here talking. Be quiet. That's why you on here talking mad reckless, because you on medication, right? That's why you talking reckless?
Hey, bro, don't act like I'm not savage. Let's go.
Well, here we go, man. First and foremost, man, we hope you heal well from whatever all them crazy terminologies you just used. First and foremost, let me get it out of the way. But now we could get that turkey roast going if that's what you're looking for.
Man, you know I'm here for all the smoke, man. Let's go.
Wait, can you first, because there's a couple people that don't know who you are. Can you introduce yourself real quick? I think there you go.
I'm back. That's me. That was me. My bad.
You good? Can you introduce yourself real quick to the people listening? Because somebody said you had a thick accent. So introduce yourself, where you from and everything.
Oh yeah, so Samel T. Brown, T is for terrific.
Here we go.
Yo, born and raised in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm oftentimes the first Black person that anybody ever met from Rhode Island. So representing Providence, Rhode Island. Joined the Air Force in 1993. I did 30 years. I just retired
Oh, shit.
back in March.
Yeah.
After 30 years of service, defended the whole way through and through. That's why I know
Oh,
majority. That's why I know these cats, these unpopular celebrities right here
yes,
through
sir.
all my work in the Air Force, man. And that's the one thing about the Air Force, real quick, man. It just, I mean, it's a family. You know, you guys sitting here talking about finances, you sitting here talking about life, and this is what it's all about. So and I love logging on and just listening to y'all go, man, because y'all go hard about just stuff that I'm accustomed to, and that resonates with me, you know. So every time I see my man D, I see P, I see you guys getting after it, and then of course when I see DC up there doing his thing, you know what I'm saying, as the what I consider the senior mentor of this thing, I'm just I'm always in awe, man, what you guys bring to the table. So I appreciate y'all, man. I really do, and I appreciate you getting me on for a little bit.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
so
most
yeah,
definitely.
so what's good, man? It's good to see y'all, man.
Once you 100% for sure, we definitely gonna lock in and let you tell your story. You already know.
Please, I'm ready, man. I got a lot to share.
For sure. How's
Yeah.
retirement?
So
Oh man, it's lovely, man. I tell you what, when they say it's the water's warm on the other side, man. Look, I dove in the deep end too. When I hung them boots up, man, I'm telling you, like when you have been in such a structured, regimented way of life for so long, and then I wake up in the morning, I take my dogs out, I go to the gym, I come home, shower, take a nap, and I'm telling you, it's just, and real talk, right? Not to put my business out there, but I'm making over 120 grand in retirement, just
That's
to
what's up.
breathe, right?
That's what's up. Yeah,
So,
man.
so I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor, man. I ain't even thinking about another job right now. Everybody asking me like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot to give still. What you gonna do? I'm telling you, man, I'm resetting Samel Brown. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Connecting
yeah,
with
yeah.
my wife, my kids. We just got two dogs. I heard you guys talking about the dogs you got. Yo, check this out. I was in the Denver airport, and there was this family over there, and they had a little white dog. And I'm sitting there looking at the dog, and I'm like, man, that dog's cute, little small little thing. And you could tell I'm sitting there looking at that dog. And me and my family, and we were coming back from a vacation in Hawaii. So I asked the lady, and the little young lady answered up. I was like, yo, what kind of dog is that? And she was like, oh, snobby. It's a Katanda Tuliar. You wouldn't
What?
know. You never heard of them. They're rare. And I sat there and I looked at her. I said, man, I'm getting me one of them. Yo. I ain't
You
know
would
nothing
say
about the
that.
dog. Hey, yo. So we got two of them joints. Hey, yo.
You ain't got no sense, man, at all.
No,
At all.
don't tell me, don't tell me. Yo, so I
Let me
got
tell
two
you
of them
something, man.
joints.
Go ahead, DC. I know he's gonna ask you something, man. I jump in afterwards.
I don't know if I can ask him after that, bro. Yo, that's funny. He was like, all right, I
Oh,
got
man.
you. Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
raise you two. I'm gonna get two of them at the same
Let me
time.
go get
That's
two
Yo,
of
that.
them,
that's a
man.
power
You know what
move
I'm
right
saying?
there.
Yeah.
Word, yo.
Yo, but I
Word.
was going, Samel, I know you're a straight shooter, bro. So since you came on, I'm just gonna ask you because we asked you last
Uh-oh.
week in the comments.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now I was reading Chief Bad's posts about standards, and I was reading all the comments. So you being retired now, 30 years in, having the pedigree that you have, what do you think about standards that's going on in Air Force now? Do you think it's too lax? Is it the standards the problem, or are we the problem, or a little bit of both? Which one?
So let me tell you like this, right? So I think of things I mean it's all relative. So when I joined the Air Force in 1993, right? I had all these cats, these senior NCOs looking at me like, yo, these
Ah.
You come back. You good.
the timeout after about 10 seconds. So if I don't have any motion, then that's so my bad on that one, right? But real
Mm.
quick. So they was looking at me like, yo, who's these new school cats? And this is back in 1993 when when they had these old school cats. I'm telling you, when tech sergeants, I'm telling you, there was this tech sergeant named Kurt Cloud, flight chief, security forces, man. this dude was the cat's pajamas. I'm telling you, man. Like you couldn't tell this dude, you couldn't tell this dude nothing. He knew everything. Like you ain't never talked to no senior NCOs when I was coming up, yo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't never asked no questions. You did what you were supposed to do, right? So you talking about standards, like, and they've morphed, right? So over the course of 30 years, man, I'm sitting there. I mean, I remember one time I'm sitting there at Coonson and I'm walking down the street, Chief Master Sergeant, and I'm sitting there. I see these two staff sergeants walking down the street. One of them has ice cream, just licking the ice cream cone, just happy-go-lucky, just walking around licking the ice cream cone, walking and talking, shucking and jiving. The other one's got a sandwich eating, and I'm sitting there like, yo, is it me? Or is this just how we're doing? So me, I never walk past a problem. Yo. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna address it because you ain't gonna cause me to relax my standards. Whether yours are intact or not, I'm not relaxing mine. So you know me, I went into effect, right? I did my thing. Yo, got rid of the ice cream, got rid of the sandwich, the drinks, and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. So to answer your question, DC, I think as time has gone on and what I've observed is definitely the relaxing of the standards. But the way I look at this is our generations are so different. And Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Bass and what she's up against with recruiting, trying to get everybody, trying to get cats into the military, you know what I'm saying? So they're relaxing tattoo standards. And I mean, just all types of stuff to make sure that they can retain folks, you know what I'm saying? Get folks to come in so that they have an opportunity to train them and then get them where they need to be. But I tell you what, in my opinion, it was definitely time for me to go because what I seen and how I was like constantly on cats about infractions, I felt like, man, that's all I was doing. It was time for me to definitely bounce. So in my opinion, do I think the standards are being relaxed? I think absolutely they're being relaxed. But here's where the rubber meets the road, in my opinion. We just got to make sure that when the fit hits the shin, that's when whoever's that NCO that's been responsible for a 13-person team or whatever formation that's out there, when we're up against, you know, whatever threat that it is that we're inside their AOR or we're inside they're inside our AOR and it's a permissive, non-permissive environment, whatever the case may be, they need to be able to respect that person who's been put in charge. You know what I'm saying? So if we're talking about uniforms and we're talking about beards and we're talking about that, and I get it, right? Sometimes it's superficial and sometimes it's just like, yo, it matters. But at the end of the day, yo, when the fit hits the shin, you need to be able to follow my rules, follow my order, follow my direction, because this is the position that I've been put in to make sure that we can win whatever conflict, war, or whatever objective or mission that we're getting after. So, you know, I think it's, you know, there's a lot to unpack there, bro, when you start talking standards. Because if we're talking about the way someone's wearing their hat, that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? If it's the beards, you know what I'm saying? Other militaries, when I start talking about international militaries, they do it every single day, and it's part of their culture. You know what I'm saying? So is it a culture shift for us? Are we talking about the uniforms? We went from ironing, you know what I'm saying, ABUs. We went from ironing, you know, deserts. We went from ironing ABUs, BDUs, all that stuff, to now we just throw on a uniform and roll. You know what I'm saying? So standards are different, you know. But at the end of the day, are you going to follow my lead when it's time for us to get out there and get after the mission? So, you know, there's and that's my thought process now, just because I'm on the flip side, I'm on the other side, and I understand that things are a little bit different, but don't question me, right? It's still an authoritarian style leadership.
100%.
It's still authoritarian, and I've been put in a position, and I'm gonna make it. And you got to follow what it is that I'm saying, and not just follow what it is that I'm saying because I'm talking. No, I've been put in the position. I've got a skill set and I've got leadership that's been ingrained in me through on the job training and things along that line that says that this is where I should be, and you're not there yet. So follow my lead and I'll develop you and get you where you need to be. You know, long story, long, way too much pontification there. So I'll shut up. But
that was spot on. Shit,
100%.
First of all, cat pajamas. I'm taking that forever.
Here we go. Stop stealing people's stuff.
No,
man.
I'm still. Hey, I'm telling them I'm stealing it. I'm letting you know I'm stealing that one. That man said the cat's pajamas. I'm taking that. I ain't gonna make it sound as cool, but I'm gonna take that. Hey, shift gears real quick. I appreciate everything you just said. We were talking about the submarine thing. I know you probably seen it with the sub that got
Ooh.
lost with the people going to look for Titanic. Quick question: would you spend $250,000 and go look for the Titanic?
Yo, I'm gonna say just like D said. Yo, I got 2 million things that I could spend 250 G's on. You know, I was like, hey, yo, straight
Facts.
up, yo, I was, yo, check this out, yo, this is so funny. I got a good friend of mine, yo, he's out in Fort Walton Beach. You may have seen him. His name is Justin Nunley, man. He's a big time social media dude on TikTok, all that stuff, man. And this dude, he always starts out with listen, and then he'll go into something. Did you know, right? So he got out. I was sitting there scrolling. And he got on there and he was like, you know what? Yo, black people are smart. He was like, you never ever see black people doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You would never see them because it's just not something that they do. He said it way more funnier than something that I could have said. But I tell you what, man, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? I like to get in the water. I like to go swimming. You know what I'm saying? But you're talking about a submersible, like you said, controlled by a Nintendo joystick? Bro. No, yo.
Not doing it, man. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not we done did.
He controls the club right now.
And we done did. Look, it's Stamel could contest. We done been in the worst of the worst environments, defendering. You know what I'm saying? We done did some wild stuff, bro. That we ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. You can have it. You can have
Yo,
it.
the craziest thing, yo, straight up, yo. So peep this, right? Peep this. It's like this, but it's not like this. Think about the metal tube that you're in. Instead of thousands of miles below water, thousands of miles above the ground in an airplane, right? So you got hundreds of people inside an airplane, a metal tube. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many safety standards, there's so much technology, the whole 9 yards. So you trust that. And that's one of the safest ways to travel is by air.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People still fear it.
But that's the reason why people do stuff like that on the bottom, right? Because they're trying to be groundbreakers and trendsetters, and you know what I'm saying? And like Elon Musk, get up there to the moon and go to the Mars by I don't know 2030, whatever. Nah, bro. Like, yo, I ain't trying to set no trends like that, yo. Nah, yo. It's not yo, ain't no way, yo. Ain't no way, yo. Nah.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I ain't doing it. Nah, not this guy.
No way.
You can have it, man.
Hey, yo, real quick. Yo. So when I was over in Japan, I went over there to visit DC, yo. I'm telling you, the dude came and picked me up, right? I'm a little fella, like he said, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'6" on a good day. Man, I was struggling trying to get up inside this little bitty car that he had. This little.
Wait. Samel, have you ever seen him get out of the car? That is the classic part.
I'm telling you. Hey, yo, when I see him trying to get out that joint, I think. Yo,
bro, you wrong for that, man.
Yo, he got to remove the steering wheel first. His knees
Yo, y'all came on here today to go at it, man.
Nah, that is real talk, though. He got to get out. Hey, Mike, this dude got to get out back first. He gotta do some kind of Pilates just to get up out the car. He gotta do a yoga downward dog pose just to get up out the car.
I'm not laughing with y'all right now because right now,
funny.
I ain't laughing. Nah, because I feel his pain right now. Because right now, my car is at the port. I gotta go pick it up. Shout out to my man Shamonte Saunders because he left me his car here to drive. You know what I mean? Looking out for me because I would have had to get a Toro or something like that. So he looked me out.
That's different.
But no, it's not, bro. Because I'm driving in a 350Z Fair Lady 2-door. You should have seen me trying to get in and out of it the last couple of weeks. It's a free ride. I ain't tripping on it, but I can't get on Philly right now because I probably look just like him getting in the car. So
Chief Golf, we're gonna
let y'all have
Philly. BT,
Well,
you
all
want
right.
to respond real quick, and then we'll get to Chief
First
Gone
of all,
question.
Pete, you laughing too much, Pete. You laughing too much.
Why you
All
go
right?
straight at me? I
This
didn't tell
ain't
the
Comic
joke.
View, bro.
I didn't tell the joke.
Calm down. It ain't that funny, Pete.
Yo,
Switch it against
y'all are
you.
crazy.
Switch it against you, Mars Blackman. I reached out to you and I gave you a ride. I got a lot of respect for you, Mars.
Oh
You ain't
my
had to
God.
bring it up
He
like
said
that.
a lot of
Hey, wait.
respect
All
to you,
right, hold on.
Mars.
Wait.
Let's get to the question.
Wait. Ace and Mel, you see, I want to say Lieutenant Colonel right now, Cangelosi in the chat right now. When we met, she was Lieutenant Cangelosi. Shout out to you, man. We see you out there. Yeah. Man, how long was that?
Yeah, yo,
16
that
years
was
ago.
that was in 2006, man. We was out
Yeah,
there
man.
getting after it. Yep, almost 17 years, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Lieutenant Colonel. Big Mike needs some paperwork, so we
Hey,
can make that happen.
stand by. You a snitch, man. You stay snitching, man. Yo, hey, when we get off the show, change your thing to unpopular celebrities Tekashi 6ix9ine, because that's you. You stay snitching, man.
I was just saying, you overdue.
Look, man, I'm gonna get to the question, man.
All right, good. All right.
Samel, besides the people in the structure, what is the thing you miss the most about the Air Force since you've been retired?
Yeah, bro. I'll be honest with you, right? So when you think about relationships, DOD, I met you in 2006.
Yes, sir.
When I got over to PACAF and I went over to the 18th Security Forces Squadron, that's where I met DC. P, I never met you personally, man, but just, through this, man, it's like, I'm telling you, the one thing that you will miss, hands down, man, is the people, right? This is family, bro. These are people that you spend more time with at work than you do with your family. So think about it like this, bro. You get up, hypothetically, you got a PT, you're in a PT session, you stop that at 6 o'clock. You shower at the gym, you go to work, you're at work from 7:30, you get, 7:30 to 4:30, 5 o'clock, man, you get home. You're with your family for a couple of hours before you actually hit the rack to get up in the morning to do it all over again. You're with the people that you work with, oftentimes more than the people that you live with at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Your loved ones. So you develop a love, you develop a relationship, right? So real quick story about Chad, right? I had seen him. I know he was rolling with Cody, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing. And then I'm like, I just seen his face all around, right? So social media is a crazy way to connect, man, because I'm sitting over at Herbert Field. I was TDY down there doing some enlisted development stuff. I get the gym and I'm in the gym and I look at this cat and I said, yo. So shout out to my man, Chief Master Sergeant Scott Giroux, right? Because I saw Chad and I knew that he was real good friends with my man, Scott Giroux. So I went up to Chad and I approached him and I was like, yo, man, you know Scott Giroux? And then like instantly connected, man, through social media, yada, yada. I'm telling you, probably within 10 minutes, man, I was walking out the gym. There was a post up on social media with me and a selfie of Chad. You know what I'm saying? There was a connection there ever since. Yo, Chad's quick with the selfies, yo. He's quick. Yo, that dude quick with the selfies. But it's the people, man. And I'm telling you, like all walks of life. We got Philly in here. We got New Jersey in here. We got Rhode Island in there. P, I'm not sure where you from. Where you from?
Cali, baby, Cali.
Cali, yeah, right. Coast to coast,
Are you
right?
sure?
Don't do him, Philly. Don't do him like that,
Are
Philly.
you
You know what I'm
sure?
saying? Can you let him do a soliloquy without you interrupting? I'm
Let
from
him
Cali.
Yo, but
man.
I'm just saying. So to answer the question, man, it's just, yo, you'll never be able to meet people who have such a focus and a common drive to make sure nothing goes boom in the United States of America. And if something does, then we got the ability to respond. So we're all connected through, you know what I'm saying, the profession of arms, man. But we live our lives each and every day. It's not just that uniform that we have on.
Right.
We're living this life and you're creating relationships, man, and you're bonding and you know what I'm saying? Yo, it's life. And that's the one thing I appreciated the most, man. I love D like my brother. Like he and
You
I
already
was
know.
like blood brothers just because we served in Afghanistan together.
Yep.
I mean, yo, you ain't getting that? Yo, that's like, I mean, it's crazy, man. I talked with cats today from when I spent those 7-8 weeks in basic training with. And I love them dudes. Like I came up with them and went through high school with them because of what we was in the trenches going through some things.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
have when you have relationships and you go through something together and you come out successful on the other side, man, there's a bond there. If you allow there to be, there's a bond there that's unbreakable for life, man. And that's the one thing that I miss. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely enjoying this warm water on this side, though. I ain't gonna front.
The thing is, though, to tag on to what you said, the thing is, in my opinion, when you create that bond, right? Because co-workers become friends, and then friends become family, right? Like my family can tell you 100 times over, everybody ain't my friend. Like once you become my friend, you in the line of becoming my family. That's where I put you at. But the good part about it is you can go and travel on any part of the world and have somebody there that you know. You know what I mean?
Word.
And those connections don't go anywhere. How many times we talk about we gonna put that reunion trip together? It's coming. You know what I'm saying?
100.
But the thing is, you create them in a lifetime family bonds. You know what I'm saying? And that's why every time, I know, we've been talking for years. That's why I'm always behind people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't treat people like shit, because people ain't never gonna forget it. They ain't gonna forget. They might forget what you say, but they ain't gonna never forget how you made them feel. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
People got to understand that these people that's out here chasing stripes and chasing this award, and you leaving people behind, people gonna remember that, because that A1C or that staff sergeant might be that CEO of that company you trying to jump out and get involved in when you retire, and guess who you got to answer to? You know what I'm saying? Because they're a lot smarter than what we was when we came up, and they got a lot more access to the world. Just treat people how you want to be treated, because the bonds that you can create with them is priceless. 100%. Priceless, man.
Yeah, Philly, you kind of quiet, man. You got something?
No, I won't add to that. I agree with him 100%. That's one of the things I dread retiring. When I thought I was going to retire last year, and then I got this opportunity to take this job, it made me realize I wasn't ready yet. But I've heard many people talk about the other side of how great it is. It makes me regret it sometimes. I will admit it. But he is 100% right. I find civilians too, when they transition over from military life, it's just not the same, man. The bonds of people. I see people in the comments. I'm at different stages of my career. Nicole, Cynthia, for one. Chad, I can't wait to Chad tell his story when he get on, man. He used to keep me out of trouble many times. Curious, he's going to tell that story where he used to always have to fix my service dress before I went out and talked to the troops. I wore a services badge on by accident once.
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yo, that dude Chad is a true professional. And then the last thing I'll say is my man Samel, man, I tell you, that dude kept me out of hot water many times. Brand new chief in a large unit in Kadena. I almost lost 50 people in manpower if it wasn't for him, man, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Samel came down there from Hawaii and schooled me up quickly. And I tell you, if it wasn't for him, we would have got jacked up on our manpower. So I always got a lot of respect for you, bro. You one of the greats, man. Definitely.
No, I appreciate you. Relationships matter, man. Relationships matter, bro.
Oh yeah,
bro.
First of all, let me get to these comments real quick. Jack, you are not a cop, so we all SFS. You was not SFS. You was a cop, but you was an augmentee. Does not fucking count.
Hey, take that F and put it in front. Move that F in front.
Exactly. Yeah, you was not no cop. Just because you qualify once in your lifetime on an M16 doesn't make you a cop.
Yeah, and we let that man work the gate 2 times. Now he think he a defender.
Right. Yeah. Handing out damn brochures talking about where the base symposium at, or where the damn Sunstar symposium is going to be at today, man. You ain't no cop, man. Stop doing that.
Hey, exclusive community, man. Community, man.
Hey, we love you though, bro. Believe that. 100%.
Yeah. Now next my man.
So y'all was there. So y'all was there when Nick Jack did augmentee duty?
No, he did it. When did he do it? He just did it I want to say Peterson. Well, wait,
he was,
Colorado.
Okay. He be working the gates over here. He be over here on the gates.
He must have worked it one time for a couple hours.
Was he carrying this? Was he carrying the A2 or the M4? That's a true designated augmented cops.
We wasn't giving him no gun. Ain't nobody giving Nick Jack no M4.
Yeah. Top flight security of the world, Craig. He had a
you already know.
He had no gun, yo.
No, we ain't giving him no gun at all.
Yeah, you get a whistle.
That's it.
Don't make me blow this whistle.
He talking about he relieved Pete.
Nah,
We
you
relieved
relieve me.
Pete.
If you relieve me, it's a bad day. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna relinquish my post to you. I'm gonna call a
Hey,
supervisor.
hey, Nick Jack,
Over here
Yo.
trying to
Nick
get my
Jack.
post.
Hey, he had about 9 gate runners. Ain't nobody know and shit.
Straight up, yo. All nervous, all
Look
nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo.
what
Oh
Golf
man.
said. That's about all he had
man.
was a D-bin scan. That might be
And
too much.
And
He
it
wouldn't know
probably
what to
didn't
do.
work.
Yeah,
It probably didn't work. He was making the beep sound with his mouth.
I'm
Act like
about to say he probably had a
Yo,
cop
man.
behind him making the sound.
Yeah. Get out of here, man. Hey, but we do love you, man. It's only one Nick Jack. Even though you got a twin, it's only one Nick Jack, man. We love
Why
you.
you
man.
gotta call me out? Like everybody else
Look,
was
yeah,
somewhere else. All of a
No,
sudden, I
look.
was a half.
Hey.
F-tap.
F-tap.
Get the hell out of here. Man. Why you gotta call me out?
Hey, you know he was gonna come for you, man.
Yeah, call for somebody else. Hey, Samel, if I can ask you one more thing before you get off. Since you out now, what's one thing you would change about security forces?
Yo, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, we're doing so much more with less. You know, we scrambling trying to figure out different types of shifts to make Rob Peter to pay Paul because we know we got to get after training. We know we got to have some balance with white space, airman time, work rest schedule, family matters. You know what I'm saying? We got PT. There's just only so much time in the day. So if I could wave the magic wand, man, and I know manpower is always not the fix, but I'm telling you, like, I would definitely beef up the strength of manpower for security forces. When I bounced, I was working on some unfunded manpower requirements for security forces, man, and we were like almost 4,000 airmen short of what we actually needed to get the job, to meet standards that were specified inside Air Force instructions. You know what I'm saying? Security requirements for aircraft, space weapon systems, new enterprise, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? So we're operating coming in at a deficit already. One of the things that we worked on but just before I bounced to was reevaluating the manpower standard, because once the manpower standard that we're working with right now goes all the way back to definitely pre 9/11, and although you get manpower for security requirements, it doesn't factor in training, it doesn't factor in leave, it doesn't. So anytime anybody's away for training, anytime anybody's away for leave, yo, you that's all out of high. You know what I'm saying? And we're not 7:30 to 4:30 like a lot of these functions out there. You know, so if there's one thing I have to do with security forces aside from the manpower standard, I definitely beef up the manpower. You know, one of the and yo, when I was over in PACAF and General CQ Brown was over there, that's one of the things that he kept preaching. He was like, look, you know, I take your words to the fight. Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, we talked through all of the manpower challenges across all the services. Yo, there's aside from new weapon systems, there's no appetite for growth and end strength. So we had to rob Peter to pay Paul. We're sitting there, you know, figuring out how we can, you know what I'm saying, turn one defender into three. You know what I'm saying? And that's difficult. You can't do that because they got lives to live. So if there's one thing that I would definitely do, regardless of budget constraints and all that good stuff, man, I'm telling you, I say, yo, give us what it is that we need to be effective, to be able to train, to be more lethal and more ready, like we talk about often. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, as long as we're at the end strength that we're at now, and we have all of the emerging requirements that we have right now, and all of the training requirements to stay proficient and to be qualified, or excuse me, proficient versus qualified, yo, we're just gonna be spinning our wheels. You know what I'm saying? But there's some leadership up there at the Pentagon that's trying to get after that stuff, and it doesn't fall on deaf ears, man. Every year we do program objective memorandums where we sit and identify all of the security requirements that we need for defending land out there. And every function does this. Every function in the community does it. And we get it up there to the folks at the Pentagon, you know what I'm saying? And they do their thing to get it up there to the folks that sit at the OSD. And they do their jobs, man. It's a hell of a process, you know? And that's one of the things that I can appreciate from being sitting at a MAGCOM level and at working at the career field manager level, oftentimes with whoever was sitting in that seat. I mean, folks are doing their jobs to be able to get after those requirements. It's just that the bean counters that sit, you know what I'm saying, 2 and 3 levels above them, yo, it's just no movement. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like it's falling on deaf ears. They understand the requirements, but now it's a risk based, right? It's a risk based approach to how we do things. So some commanders are risk averse, and some aren't willing to take risk, and that's where the inconsistency comes across installations, because you get one installation commander who's not willing to take risk and some that is. So you're doing it different at this base because this installation commander is willing to take the risk, and different at this base because this one isn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between 12-hour shifts and 8-hour shifts. You know what I'm saying? So, but long response to your answer. I mean, to your question, brother. But definitely will be, you know what I'm saying, hit that manpower button and give us more manpower, because that's exactly what we need.
No, I appreciate it. That was awesome. That was awesome. Right on
for
point.
sure.
Yeah.
We had a question about something about supervisors or something like that. Brown.
Yeah, I saw that up in here. Oh, there you go.
In my experience, my best mentors, supervisors, have had to overcome some things in their career. Do you think people that have never had paperwork or etc. can be trusted?
Absolutely. But so one of the things that I preach for myself, experiential learning is the best learning. Meaning, by when you bang your head, you get up and you say, "Man, I came up too quick and knocked my head on that doggone level. Yo, I ain't gonna do that again." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you learn through experience. So sometimes you can learn through your experience, or you can learn through somebody else's experience. You know what I'm saying? But even sometimes the latter isn't. I mean, it's not enough. I could see you bang your head on that thing, and I'm still gonna do something to bang my head on it because I need to see what it feels like myself. You know
Before you go
so,
any further, I hope my son and my daughter is watching, because I can promise you, I had this very same conversation with them, and they swore to me that if I see somebody else go through it, then I know it. No, you don't. Sometimes you got to go through it to know it. Period. That's how
exactly
I feel.
Right.
I might understand how it feels just looking at it. But I don't know it for sure until I go through it. I'm glad somebody else said that.
Word up, man. But to answer the question specifically about the paperwork, you don't have to have paperwork, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know what I'm saying, a seasoned, you know what I'm saying, trusted leader. But those that do, right, it's a story to tell. Because there's a lot of people out there that do get that paperwork. So you are an example of what triumph amongst tragedy can, you know what I'm saying, can be like. So if you got a Article 15 and you're sitting there with the chief stripe on, you got a story to tell to them cats that have that Article 15 that don't realize that they can still get to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So absolutely, there's pros and cons to both sides of that, having paperwork and not having paperwork. But I'm not saying it gives you more credibility when you've been through something, but it gives you more credibility when you've been through something and you overcome it, because you know what you're talking about.
Philly, where you at?
No, I agree. I think I've kind of frowned upon folks that get on panels and they talk about how they made every rank the first time and they won a bunch of awards, but they never been through any type of adversity. People always say you can't search experience, and I feel like folks who've been through some type of adversity, they can better provide more substance to folks, because they can tell their own story about how they overcame. Like, I got a triple nickel when I was a young airman, and for all the supervisors out there that had me during that time, look at me now, snitches. But seriously, I agree with Samel, man. I think in the end, you don't have to have paperwork to be a good supervisor. But I do agree that folks that have been through something, you have maybe a little bit more to offer and a little bit more street cred. No different than officers who were prior enlisted. You're prior enlisted. You're already walking in the door with some street cred. So.
Word.
Thanks for all that you do, family. You need the laughs today. Keep doing the damn thing. I'll be on with y'all soon. I'm out. All right, peace, Chief. You take it easy. Be safe.
Get you on.
All right, Chad. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think there's something to that paperwork thing. I think it doesn't necessarily have to be paperwork, but as long as the person was held accountable, and whatever that looks like to that person, to have them be effective. I just want to know that person was held accountable for something they did, even if it was small as, like Samel said, bumping your head. I want somebody to be like, yo, don't bump your head again. And I appreciate that person for doing that. But when people are just slid through and just let them do whatever they want to do, then you get that supervisor that just does not understand when I make a mistake. They're like, oh, I don't know how you did that because I never made a mistake before. They start getting that mentality where they don't know how to talk to people anymore. And that's why I get
Word.
upset about those supervisors that were airmen that are now supervisors that said that, oh no, my career's been perfect. Like, bro, I can't even be around you right now because I'm gonna make mistakes. And I expect you to tell me when I make mistakes and not necessarily just give me paperwork all the time, but just let me know. You're like, yo, man, you just bumped your head. Hey, this is how you gonna do it without getting your head bumped again. Now, if I
Yeah.
bump my head again, then I expect you to hold me accountable. But if you've never been held accountable, it's very, very difficult to hold people accountable. And it's very difficult not to hold people accountable, to understand and to be understanding when they make a mistake. And maybe it's a one-time thing and you can move through it without paperwork and just
Yeah.
talk to the person. Give them, I wouldn't say extra duty, but give them a paper to write. We'll say that. Give them a paper to write how they're going to improve. Rip the shit up in front of them and tell them have a good day. Don't let it happen again. There's millions of ways to do it just to say, here's paperwork, here's paperwork, here's paperwork. Because, man, I got so much paperwork I could, it looks like a dictionary. And for now, it's not effective anymore. It's not an effective tool anymore because I've got so much of it. What was I
Hey, yo,
saying?
Fee.
Go ahead, B.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, do your thing.
To speak on the accountability piece, man, I think people look at accountability always as a negative thing, right? The people, because you got people that just don't want to be held accountable, and those are people that continue to run into problems. Because then you don't want to be held accountable, you got a problem with feedback. There's nothing wrong with feedback and accountability, right? That's what helps you get back in line. Because like you said, and like everybody, all of y'all said, none of us ain't perfect. Right? Some of us gonna make mistakes. Some of us gonna make choices to do the wrong. That's a big, it's a difference. You make a mistake, you do the shit once. All right, cool. Now you're doing it multiple times. That was your choice. But at the end of the day, accountability and feedback is not always a bad thing, right? Hold me accountable. So sometimes we don't know we don't have self accountability. It takes somebody else to jump in and say, look, man, I know this happened. I love you, but because I love you, this is why I'm doing X, Y, Z. You know
Or
what I'm
just
saying?
blind spots.
Right, 100%, man. So people got to remove the fact that accountability or they above being held accountable from the picture, because sometimes it's what some of us and most of us might need. You know what I mean? We all, like I said, I know the people where I come from. You know what I'm saying? In my immediate area, and a lot of times the things was happening the way they was happening because there was no accountability. Like you said, Samel, people was walking past the sandwich and the ice cream. So hey, if nobody's saying nothing about it, shit, it must be right. You know what I mean? That's how people
Right.
look at things, man. Feedback and
100.
accountability is not always a bad thing, man. People got to change the mindset.
Yeah, I'll dig into something that you said last week, though, last episode, though, is when folks aren't knowledgeable, they're scared to approach. You know what I'm saying? If they, is that an infraction or is that not an infraction? So,
Yeah.
so they're not sharp. But here's the thing, man. You gotta have a conversation with people. You know what I'm saying? You can't. There's so many pompous individuals in our United States Air Force just because of the chevrons that they wear on their chest, or the rank that they wear on their chest or their sleeves. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That doesn't give you that rank doesn't give you the ability. It doesn't give you the authority to talk to somebody just any old kind of way. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? The way that I led, I ain't never have to go up on somebody and be like, "Hey, airman, lock it up." You know what I'm saying? I never had to do that.
Right.
I approach somebody and be like, "Hey, brother, hey, sister, let me ask you something." And we have an intellectual conversation, a dialogue. And some people don't have the time for that. Me, that's the type of leader I am. I'm going to make
Right.
time for the things that are important to me. So I'm going to have a conversation with you. And I'm going to say, you know what you're doing is wrong, right?
Right.
Oh, you didn't know? All right, well, I'm letting you know. All right. Now, here's what I need you to do to correct it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have conversations. You don't have to go up to somebody because you are the chief or you are the NCOIC or you're the superintendent of X, Y, and Z. It may get to a point where you have to do that, but 9 times out of 10, my interactions with people were conversations. Now,
Right.
can we all blow our tops? Absolutely, we can, because that sometimes it's necessary. But you ain't got to bring a hammer to every doggone incident.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go in there with just a bridle tongue and just have a conversation. So the approach is important. The approach is super, super important. And one of the
Yeah.
things that and this is just Samel Brown. The reason why I led the way I led is because I never ever wanted to lose a defender on my watch. I
Mm.
always wanted them to say, I can go and talk to that chief right there. I
Yep.
can go and talk to that individual right there. So I treated everybody. I was just, in my opinion, I was just a different type of leader. And because I expected so much, but I was gonna take care of you. If you deserved an award, you was gonna get it. If you deserved a different leadership opportunity, you was gonna get it. And I was gonna make sure of that because it was either to develop you or to reward you for something that you were doing. And I'm
Right.
telling you right now, the way you deal with people sincerely, genuinely, having humility for the position that you're in and the position that they're in makes all the difference in the world, man.
Oh
There's
yeah.
not one person. I know there's people that probably dislike my leadership style. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
at the end of the day, I can walk out of I've walked out of the United States Air Force, man, helping way more people than I hurt. And I ain't hurt many, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't really hurt many. I didn't hurt anybody. I had to discipline and make recommendations based off of their behaviors and what it is that they did. But I
Yeah.
helped way more people. You know what I'm saying? When I think about the tree, and this is what you guys need to think about, and any leader that's out there, when you think about your tree, your leadership tree, and how many people that are on your tree, that you can look back at and say, yo, when that was just a little a branch off of the tree that was Samel Brown or Dana Council. You know what I'm saying? How many how many additional branches and how many leaves and how many apples or pieces of fruit that were spawned from that
From
one
that tree.
tree. And when
Yeah.
I think about my tree, man, I walk out of the yo, I didn't have no retirement ceremony. Yo, I got my decoration and I walked out and yo, nothing. I ain't have nothing. I walked out. Some people frowned on that. My man Nick was getting after me on that. But I'm telling you, man, my for me, my decoration, I wrote that thing in plain text so that my kids can
Mm.
understand that
Mm.
their grandfather or great grandfather served in the United States Air Force. You know what I'm saying? Helped establish the United States Space Force. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And did those types of things. So
Yeah.
that was important. That was important to me. So when I think about my tree, man, that's what helped me walk out the door without a retirement ceremony. And my family knew how I received and how I respected them and how I revered them and everything that they did in this journey.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, man, like the relationships, going back to the relationships, how you deal with people, how you talk to people, you talk about the gratitude, e- everything that I did inside the United States Air Force, man. I absolutely enjoyed it. I loved it. And I'm glad where I'm at right now. And I walked out like on cloud nine because I know that I made a difference.
Right.
And I know
Right.
that just because of who I am and the way that I led, I can I can ask somebody to do something and they know that it's genuine from the bottom of their heart. And if there's somebody that was out there that disagree with me, yo, sound off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Sound off. But that's just how I led. You gotta lead with humility, man. You gotta treat people with respect, talk with them. And there's a time and place when you need to dig in their ASS, right?
Yeah.
But yo, man, I'm telling you, man, I enjoyed leadership. Some people can't stand it
Yeah.
because of the yo, you guys had a conversation about introverts and extroverts and the
Mhm.
types of leaders, right? And I was sitting there, man, and I was like, man, I wish I could have been on for that. So, yo, straight up, man, because
Go ahead.
because I had a perspective on that. Nah, man, I feel like I get long winded at times, man. So I'm gonna
The
pause,
show,
man, and,
bro.
and just go ahead,
It's
do
the
your
show,
thing, go
bro.
ahead.
All right.
Bro,
Yeah.
It's the
let me
show,
tell you,
bro.
I appreciate the long windedness. Very, very seldom I ever speechless, but I'm pretty speechless right now. Like everything you're saying resonates with me 100%, and a lot of other people that are probably watching this as well. So I appreciate you, of course, Philly Council always bringing his stuff on, and I appreciate any leaders that we have, whether you're SF or not, coming on here and sharing their perspectives on how they feel and how they treat people, because that's always necessary to know there's people like that out there. It's so necessary, because sometimes you feel like you're on an island with nothing but people that are going to backstab you, and that's all you're
Word.
on. And it sucks to be on that island. But knowing this is why we created this show, or one of the reasons why we created the show, is because there's people out there, the unpopular celebrities that are out
Word.
there that never heard of you, and now they hear you for the first time. Know there's people that they're out there in the military, man. So I appreciate it. I'm just gonna shut up, but I appreciate it.
Nah,
I'm just
yo,
gonna shut
oh
up.
good. Yo, man, I'm telling you, I enjoy this. And if I challenge every leader out there, man, that's listening to this or someone who's on the way up, man, just like you have to have a value system. D Satch, that's my man. Yo, I got a story. Me and D Satch, yo, we was in the senior SEO academy together, yo. Oh man, yo, I gotta tell a story. I'm gonna tell it in a second. Yo, so you got to have a leadership philosophy, like what drives you to be who you are so that you can develop, inspire, lead, and motivate others. And mine was always professional, competent, incredible, right? If I'm professional, no matter what I'm doing, people are going to look at me like, man, that dude right there, whether you look the part or not, you don't know if I got an Article 15, you don't know what I got going on. Like, man, that dude's professional. You know what I'm saying? And then competent. If you know your job, that's going to lead to opportunities. People want somebody who knows what it is that they're doing, what they're talking about. And I don't care what complexion, I don't care what you look like, how tall, short, gender, whatever the beliefs, all that stuff. People want that shiny penny. They want that person who knows what the heck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So if you got professionalism and you got competence, yo, your credibility is on 10. Yo, and that just leads to opportunity. So that was always my leadership philosophy. And I expected that out of me. And that's what I knew my people, and I make sure that they understood that they're gonna get out of me.
Yeah.
So guess what? I expected that out of them. And there was no like, yo, we don't want to let the chief down. We don't want to let him down because we know that he's coming with his A game 100% of the time. That's what I'm saying. They'll follow you into the war zone, man, and like into the gunfight because this is the right thing to do because of what it is because of the value system, right? So you gotta understand, and I'm gonna put you guys on the spot, right? Especially you, DC, being in the position that you're in. Like, what's your leadership philosophy when you talk to your people? You know what I'm saying? When you're I'm curious, DC. Like, what is it, man? What's your leadership philosophy, bro?
About first off, I would say, I mean, everything you said is spot on. I think when it comes to the leadership piece, I personally feel, I tell most people that I can deal with people or work with people who are good with people versus being competent at their job. Because I found people who are competent at their job but terrible with people. You can't fix that. Now you can fix a person who is really good with people and can network, but then it may not be as good with the job. Your people will help you learn the rest of the job so you can get there. So I always try to meet people where they're at. Like in the end, everybody has a story and everybody is going through something. So I never try to deal with people from the perspective of my position or my rank. I just try to have a conversation, like you said earlier, which I thought was spot on. You just have a conversation with people. You walk up to them, yo, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Yo, I like to use the indirect approach. Yo, man, I saw you out there without your hat, man. Yo, you must forgot that joint, man. Yo, you should have been running a little bit faster, bro. You ain't had your hat on. Man, you might want to have it on next time, right? Yo, it's hot as hell out here. I don't like wearing my beret, but you know, when civilians catch you off guard, you know, they might get you, whatever. And they might turn around, they might say, yeah, man, I forgot my hat at the gym, man. I just didn't want to go back home. I don't blame you, bro. That traffic is bad, man. So in the end, I kind of told him in a loving way, hey, you're outside without your hat on. Instead of me saying, hey, Troop, where the duck is your hat at, bro?
Word.
That's not the way to do it. And
you lose it.
I said this a while ago. I'll say this real quick and I'll be quiet. I said this last week. Like, when you're dealing with people, you don't have the right to correct somebody. If you see them every single day in the hallway, on the street, you don't say nothing to them. But the minute they violate the standard, you want to check them. You don't get that right. Yeah. So I don't care if they totally wrong. You pass by me every single day this week, and the one time I got something wrong, you want to say something. Unacceptable.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yo, so 100%. Here's another thing, right? As a leader, right? And it doesn't matter if you're a tech sergeant leader, if you're a master sergeant leader, it doesn't matter. I mean, just as a human being, right? You can, if you're walking down the hallway, I'm going to be the first one to speak. I don't need. So if we're walking down the hallway and I see a colonel, 9 times out of 10, real talk, this just experience. That colonel will walk by me and expect me to be like, because I'm enlisted and he's an officer. Hey, good morning, colonel. How are you? Right.
Mm.
Same thing on the enlisted side. If I'm walking down there, if I'm walking down the hallway and I see a tech sergeant and I'm the chief, that tech sergeant, some chiefs will be like, yo, that tech sergeant need to speak. You know what I'm saying? But as a leader, it doesn't matter what your rank, it doesn't matter what grade you are, what your rank is. As a human being, you establish relationships and you, hey, what's going on? Hey man, how you doing today? And not just that, hey, what's going on, man? How are you? You know what I'm saying? All right, cool, keep it moving. Yo, how are you? What's going on? How's things? You know what I'm saying? You got a family, yada, 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 yada. Like I said, you make time for the stuff that's important to you, you
Right.
know. But initiate the conversation. Don't walk around just because, and I'm not saying this to you, DC, because you're the command chief, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta, shake hands and kiss babies. No, 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 no. Have a genuine conversation and be the first one to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because they look at you like, wow, that person is in that leadership position. I bet you they're busy. They got all this going on. And if you take the time to just engage, do you know how much that's going to make their day and be like, wow, you know what I'm saying? It's not all about a coin. I mean, people love coins and it's, you know what I'm saying? You get the social media posts. Look, a coin I got from so and so and so and so, right? Yo, that's
Yeah.
real. People, that's a reward system, man. But there's other things than physical, tangible rewards, man. It's that dialect, that conversation, how you approach that individual, just that quick, meaningful exchange, man. So, as leaders out there, don't wait for that junior ranking individual to have a conversation with you.
Talk to them.
Have that, why open it up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yo,
I'm
can
telling
I
you, man. Yeah,
let me give
yeah,
you
go
a
ahead.
quick example. Like I'll go back to when I was at Cadena, brand new chief, second unit. I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Called PACAF. You don't want to call PACAF, but like I didn't have the answers. When I called PACAF, I can't remember who your predecessor was. Not a dig against him, but I mean I got some answers, but I didn't feel comfortable calling him back because it's like, yo, it's another chief. Don't make it sound like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Plus, he seemed busy. But when you got in the seat, I remember the first conversation we had, man. I was like, man, that's that dude. He was real relaxed, calm, gave me the answers I need. I never felt like you was like trying to check me, like, bro, chief, you don't know this. Like, get your stuff
Word.
together. And like every single time I had a question, I knew exactly I could call you back because of that connection. I was like, he's just a person just like me. But this
Word.
dude, Samel's been a chief for years, and at PACAF, and I see him in a briefing with a bunch of 06s, and he checking each and every one of them, respectfully, though. But I remember you was giving them this cold speech, man, and I was thinking to myself, that's the type of dude I want to be. I mean, he's talking to all these 06s, and they're like leaning forward in the seat listening to him. To me, that's an example right there. It's like he's on another plane at PACAF at the MatchCom, but he was a down-to-earth person, easy to talk to make the connection, made it easy. That's a perfect example.
The key word to me, man, I mean, both of y'all said is a human being. You know what I mean? Those are the key words. Like regardless, we all got to take this uniform off at the end of the day. It's an expiration date. It's an expiration date for every last one of us. You think somebody gonna give a shit when you walk in Walmart the bag check and you tell I was a chief master on 2 weeks ago. Paper or plastic. You know what I mean? The cashier gonna ask you paper or plastic. You know what I'm saying? Or I was a master. They ain't gonna care. I mean, but what I'm saying, and that's no disrespect to none of our ranks, but at the end of the day, we all got to be a human being. That's all people want. Because the thing is, when you walk past that airman, that tech sergeant, that staff sergeant, that master sergeant in the hallway, we don't know what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? They could have woke up. They could have just they could be big pet lovers. They could have lost their dog. Their grandmother could be in the hospital. They could have they going through a divorce. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that human factor right there is what can solve all of that. Just by, like you said, Ty Simmons said it the best, man. He said this on the show about a year and a half ago, and I never forget it. And I repeat it all the time. Don't be a drive-by greeter. You know what I mean? It's easy for me to say, "Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good," and I'm halfway down the hallway before they even finish their last sentence. He said that to us on that show, and I would never forget it. because you don't know what people have going on. Just be a human being. Before we came and do this, we was a human being. When we leave, we're gonna be a human being. Right now, we human beings. Just talk to people like people. That's really it. You don't gotta disrespect them. You ain't gotta downgrade them or talk to them like they beneath your bottom of your shoe. Just treat them like people. At the end of the day, they'll do anything for you. You know, we was talking before, me and Pete, and I really feel like, you know, if you want to know who your real leaders are, you line all your leaders up in the parking lot and you tell your people, hey, I want you to go stand behind the person you know gonna get you through this mission, XYZ, the most knowledge. They gonna stand behind the people they trust to get them through what they need to get. You know what I'm saying? And all these people pretending to be, you know, what they want to be. Them people gonna tell you who really doing the job and who taking care of them. That's who gonna tell you. And that's what I want. You know what I mean? I want 2,000 people at my funeral. I don't just want 20. You know what I'm saying? I want the people to really come in and because I meant something to them. Or when it come to retirement, I want the people to come because I meant something to them. Not because, you know, I was trash or be there and be a and in a butt or whatever the and whatever the word I'm looking for. I'm on one right now. I can't think of the analogy was we was talking about, you know, a year ago. I want to be, that was Mike Denson and he did XYZ. Not that was Mike Denson, but he was a piece of, you know what I mean? I don't want that.
Word.
I don't want that.
Hey, yo, real quick, man, before I let you guys do your thing, man, first and foremost, man, I really appreciate y'all just giving me opportunity to come out here and cut up with y'all, man. I've been waiting for this opportunity. I told D, you know what I'm saying, we definitely gotta, you know, I gotta get on here, man, when we got some structured time with some real, you know what I'm saying, it gets some deep topics going, you know what I'm saying. I came up here straight up to get on that clown car with DC. Yo, I came up here. I was like, man, let me brush my teeth and wash my face because I want to talk about that damn clown car. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get on here and joke a little bit, man. I didn't anticipate, you know what I'm saying, even digging in the treasure chest for anything. But I will leave you with just a couple of nuggets, man. First, I used this mnemonic, man, and I remember standing up in front of DC and all his peoples over at Kadena. And when we start thinking about old school versus new school, you know what I'm saying? I think there's a divide that doesn't have to be. We just need to understand the difference between generations and understand how we can bridge that gap. So I came up with this mnemonic about the bridge, right? And this is across the board, man. Bridge. So I said the B is you got to be brilliant, man. You know what I'm saying? This is where it comes into that competency, man. You got to understand your job. You got to get after it. You got to have a drive. You got to have a motive. You know what I'm saying? So you got that B, you got to be brilliant. That R is you got to be ready. We talk about readiness a lot. I'm talking about physical readiness. We talk about spiritual readiness, mental readiness, on the job, off the job, with your family, the whole nine yards. So that's the B is the brilliance. The R is the readiness. The I is you have to be independent. Sometimes you don't need someone to bring you to the well every single time for you to get a drink. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be independent. You gotta want to seek out and understand like what's behind that door. You know what I'm saying? And have that motivation to be able to go get after it. BRI. The D is you gotta be dedicated, man. You're gonna bang your head, you're gonna fall, you're gonna skin your knees, skin your hands. You gotta get back up and get back after it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a one mistake Air Force, but I tell you what, sometimes it feels like it can be. But if you're determined, you gotta get back up, get on that horse and get after it. So BRIDG, you gotta have a game plan. You gotta, so you know, P was talking about what he, you know what I'm saying, he's frugal, he's saving his money, he's smart with his money because he wants to be able to gift it, you know what I'm saying, to his family members who didn't have, you know what I'm saying. That's his game plan. But you gotta have a game plan. You gotta have goals. You gotta have them, because if you don't, you're just wandering through life, figuring it out, going from totem pole to totem pole, from lily pad to lily pad, just hopping along, man. And you'll figure it out one day, but you gotta have something to chase. And once you get to that goal, you gotta get to the next one, right? And that's where the E comes into place. You gotta execute. You can have the brilliance, you can have the independence, the readiness, and all that stuff, the game plan. But if you ain't willing to execute, then what do you have all of those intangible characteristics for? So I call it bridging the gap, right? Everybody's got their little mnemonic, right? But that's my mnemonic. And that's something when I thought about how can we bridge the old with the new based off of performance, based off of developing people. Yo, you got to be able to bridge that gap. And we talk about bridging gaps. How do you do that? And that's why I came up with that with mnemonic about the bridge, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's important, man. I share that every time I get a chance. That and my leadership philosophy, because you gotta have one, because that's your value system and what drives you, and that's what's gonna help people understand what to expect out of you and what you expect out of them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The biggest part of disappointment is unmet expectations. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm helping you understand what you can expect from me and I expect from you, then there's no miscommunication. There's no unmet expectations. Yo, you know what to expect. We're meeting each other's expectations, and we're good. Let's keep it moving. Let's figure out the next challenge, right?
Yeah.
So the bridge, right? That's how you bridge that gap. And that's something that I always kept with me. And every time I got that nugget in my pocket and it's an opportunity for me to pull that thing out in front of a captive audience, I'm definitely gonna do that. So I definitely wanted to leave y'all with that. And then there was one more thing that I wanted to share with you, but I'm drawing a blank right now. But straight up, man, I really, really, really appreciate the opportunity for us to come together. You know what I'm saying? And more importantly, this the relationship that we share. We can get on here and cut up all day
You
long.
already
You know what
know.
I'm
You
saying?
already know.
Just like me and my man D Satch, So David Satchel was on here, man. We went to Senior NCO Academy together. One of the most genuine dudes. Always been a really, really, really good cook. You know what I'm saying? Family man, him and his missus. So we were taking our final exam, summative, right? Formative and summative, right? Your final
Mm-hmm.
exam, Senior NCO Academy, man. We all in the same seminar class, so everybody's getting finished up. We leave and we go to go to the local Starbucks. So it was me, my man Felix Roa, Carmen Scott. I'm dropping their names because man, they're all family, man. We just bonded up at Senior NCO Academy. So we're sitting there and going through like, man, yo, how'd you think you did on number one? Oh yeah, yo. So we're all nodding like, yep. So D Satch was walking around with his chest all puffed up, like, yeah, I got this one. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it was this is one of them things you had to be there. I'm telling you, he was sitting there talking about this one answer that he had, and we're all looking at each other. We all had the right answer, and it was different from his. And then he looked at I promise you, we laughed where we couldn't breathe, stomach hurting, eyes crying. It was, I'm telling you, that was in 2009, 2009.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, to this day, man, one of the funniest exchanges or experiences that I had, with my peeps, man. It was so funny. So shout out to my man D Satch, man. Hell of a leader, man. Love you, brother. Yeah, so all right, fellas, man. We gotta do something, right? We gotta get set up, man. We can come out here and really, really deep dive to a couple things, man, because I love to share my knowledge and my perspective. I won't say knowledge, my perspective, right? With you guys on things. But I love you, man. My man D. Yo, from the fur coats in the 120-degree weather
You
in
already know.
Afghanistan, bruh, straight up, my man DC and P. I heard a lot about you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. But last but not least, man, and this is the last thing I want to share with y'all. And then I'm done for real, for real. You put that uniform on every single day, right? And the Air Force is gonna get its money out of you regardless, because you're gonna get tasks, you got responsibility. Don't forget to do something for yourself. I mentioned this to you inside your Facebook post, D. So
Mhm.
every single day you got to do something for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I saved a lot of money later on in my military career, and I was super happy on where I was at, you know. But I wasn't living life like I thought I should, like I needed to. I wasn't exposing my kids to the travel that they needed to be. I wasn't enjoying life. I was
Right.
going to work, coming home spent, going to sleep. Like I said, spending majority of time with the people that I work with, and I wasn't living my life. Every day you put that uniform on, every single day you go and they expect 100% out of you. Give it your all. And then when you take that thing off at the end of the day, you're so drained that you don't give your family nothing and you don't
Right.
give yourself nothing. You got to do something for you every single day. Saving money is a good thing, brother, but you got to make sure that you enjoy the fruits of your labor. Man, I'm
Yep.
telling you, at least 3 times a year, I'm traveling internationally with my kids. I'm going somewhere, I'm doing something because I'm going to expose them to what I wasn't exposed to as a kid. I
Right.
never left Southside Providence, Rhode Island until I joined the United States Air Force. Now, me and my kids got passports with mad stamps in them. Why? Because we're living our best life, man. You get one opportunity. Yesterday is gone. If you go to work with that uniform on and you give your all, and you come home and you're so exhausted, you take that thing off and you just go to sleep. What did you do for you that day?
Yep.
This is your life. This is not the Air Force's life. This is your life. What you gonna do for your life? So P, save that loot. But bro, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Straight up, man. So that was what I wanted to share with you. That was the one thing that I wanted to make sure I left you guys with. Live your best life. Cruise, vacations, because you make memories, bro. And that's what you leave. You leave memories with your loved ones, because you can't leave that money. You can leave it, but it's just money that's spent. Memories last forever. Yeah, man. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Gotcha, big dog.
Hey, man.
Open invite, man. Open invite. Go ahead, Mike.
I ain't got much, bro. I'm on I'm closing mine out with that, bro. I just want to tell you, man, you already know I love you, man. You already know where I'm at 100. In your corner. Whenever you need me or whatever, you know what I mean? Give me a call, because I know it's the same on the other end, man. But I love you. Congratulations again on your retirement, man. And that trip coming, bro. But hey, it's coming, and we gonna make sure Pete, he gonna have to go. Me and DC gonna drag him. We gonna drag him.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Hey, yo, that's what's up, Hustle Simmons. I appreciate you.
I love you, man. You already know.
Man. Open invite. We'll have to get you back on here.
For sure.
Absolutely, man.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, yo.
Philly, what you got, Philly?
All right, yo. Easy, bro.
Hey,
that was a good one.
Hey, that's the bro. Impromptu as always, man. But it's probably gonna go down as one of our classics, man.
Man, I got some YouTube shorts off of that one, but
probably gonna go down as a classic, man. I said my piece though. Philly, what you got?
Nah, I just want to thank for everybody that was in the comments providing some thoughts and little zingers back and forth. As a reminder, we do this at least once a month, usually at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's a good show, but it's even better when we have people come on, like my man Samel, get on and provide their thoughts. Everybody is an unpopular celebrity, especially during this show. So if you want to get on, throw some thoughts out there, throw some zingers, whatever, feel free. But again, thank you for being part of the show. We love each and every one of y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir. Pete, take us home, bro.
Man, I'll just say, man, just kind of what everybody said. First of all, man, I never met that man in my life. I know Big Mike said a lot of things about that's the big bro. That's the big bro. And, Mike don't use that. He uses that sparingly. Yeah, but no, you use it sparingly. Who's your big bro and who's not? And both of them that you brought on have been spot on. Chief from the Fire and now Samel Brown. I can't remember his name. Forgive me, but
Chief Robinson, Daniel Robinson. Shout out to him.
Thank you. Yeah, but man, great dude, man. Just a small conversation. I like the small conversation. And be friends with y'all, man. Friends with me at 100. But yeah, appreciate everybody being on, man. Like DC said, man, this was his idea to bring this show together. I think it's going to keep forming as it goes on, as people feel more comfortable just getting on and we just have conversations, man. It's no different. Like DC named it, man, to the corner, man. Show it to the corner and you just have a conversation. So appreciate this. Don't know what's coming up next for us. I know we're going to be on shortly, probably next week again. Hopefully everything works out now that we're all kind of the same time zone and everything. Well, close enough to it. But we should be on a lot more often. But appreciate everybody in the comments. Appreciate everybody's opinions, everybody's suggestions, everybody's thoughts. Hopefully, Chief Golf, we can get you on here. I know he's out, but we can get you on here. And look out for the podcast coming up. Look out for new things coming up. Open up some new places that we can go as far as getting this message out there. So look out for that and different things that we're gonna do. I know Big Mike has some good ideas that we talked about. Just like Samel just said with execution, right? That bridge, that E in execution. We just got to work on that execution. Bring it loud to y'all. But yeah, that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all. Mike, go ahead.
Y'all already know who this is. Impossible Celebrities. Peace.
I'm not ready. Hold on. We out of here.
Hey, no, you got to say take two. Y'all already know who it is. Impossible Celebrities. Peace.